remember I told you I was writing these things about black people when I was 13. So by the time I've turned the MBE down, maybe I'm 28, 29. Yeah. My whole life, really, I've been thinking about how to improve our situation, how we can contribute to the world, how we can just have a healthier society. So now that I'm faced with this decision, the priority is still, how do we have a healthier society? How do we improve the situation of Africans all over the world? I'm still prioritizing that. And according to those priorities, I know that I would only accept that to maybe like boost my ego, you get me, like advance my own career, signal to people that might not have the same concern for Africans as me, that I'm good peoples. And these times, you know, like my name is, big up Marlo, my name is my name. And when you accept an award at MBE, those letters are after your name.
Now listening to the In My Opinion podcast, the home of edutainment, brought to you by Sakali, DTM, and Uzuma. So get your drinks, snacks, relax, and enjoy.
Yo, my people, welcome back to another episode of the In My Opinion podcast.
Come on.
We are here to give you a weekly dose of vitamin E, and that is edutainment.
Come on.
But because we're generous, today we're going to give you a side of vitamin P.
Yeah.
Uzi, what does that stand for?
Poetry.
Come on! I was worried. I was worried.
My brain is not functioning. It's working very well.
Now, we got a dope episode in store for you today.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I'm your boy Melinda the Fourth, aka Sukali.
DT, don't talk, just listen, aka designated driver.
It's your boy Uzoma, and the other Uzoma is a counterfeit. You can tell by their outfit.
It's wonderful. Do we?
No.
Okay, cool.
Not today.
Not today.
It's not hitting today anyway.
Yeah,
So
today's a light day.
Yeah. Let's move on.
But we appreciate the forces.
Yeah.
I like this. Like, you're looking very festive, man. Carnival and things.
Wow.
Jamaica.
Wow.
I like that.
You trying to come?
Carib.
How is that a draw?
We have guests. Behave. Very
Because
festive.
I say you look. He's not
Festive.
festive. Ah, sorry, bro.
Festive.
No, I caught it.
Thank you. Festive.
Is that?
Well, you wait, how can you call about looking festive?
But the sun's out, all of that, isn't it?
In May. It's not even August. I could have, or Christmas time.
You want the thing, bro. Is it me? I didn't put it on for you.
I'm trying to get, and the maddest thing, I'm trying to get sponsorship for all of us.
All of us.
I am the sacrificial lamb.
Where's my own?
Do you know what I mean? So
Why do you buy one
Clint,
for all of
shout
us?
us, bro, because I can't afford it, guys. Let's
Focus.
one in.
Stay focused.
Yeah, let's stay focused.
Yeah.
Cool.
But listen, I've got a special guest sitting next to me, man. We
Come
are so
on.
proud and honoured to have him in the studio.
Come on. Yeah.
None other than our brother George the Poet.
My people,
Hey. And now he's dripping.
I'm
He
telling
came
you.
in a two-piece. You guys haven't seen the two-piece, but trust me, he's looking very lit. All shades of nude.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? So Carly usually would
Oh,
wear...
my bad.
Yeah.
Is that
white.
white? No. Is that
Yeah, that's a
all
wide,
shades-
bro.
But he says it.
What did I say?
All shades of nude.
You know the white.
It's mad, yeah. Well, I mean,
No, I never said it. No, I was saying when they said that was a dress code for an event we had to attend, I was reminding you guys, they said all shades of blue.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, normally Sukali would wear the browns and stuff.
Oh,
and we'll get onto him. But I can't lie.
Oh.
He pulled it off, innit?
Yeah.
Or am I hating on Sukali?
It's not too much.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know what it
but
is.
it's
It
very
works.
subtle, yeah.
All right.
I don't know what it works.
Because I was watching you lot's episode with Tay,
Oh, yeah.
and you was wearing a brown.
I was.
I was pre-ing it. I'm not gonna lie. I was
Oh,
thinking,
thank you, my
I'm
brother.
in a brown wave right now.
Come on.
Yeah.
You see class
Chocolate
recognize
brown.
class. Do you see my point? But for some people,
I think you should sit like this.
Yeah. Let me keep it.
Stay like that.
oh, you just interrupted me because I'm about to get on to you. It's okay. Revenge is for the
Perfect
gods.
timing.
Yeah, timing. I'll move on. I'll move
You
on.
couldn't catch him like a rat.
Yeah, it is well. Not
Ran
everyone
off.
can appreciate, the fashion. You know what I mean?
No.
Not everyone can pull it off.
Ooh.
Wow.
Pew.
Can we have a moment of silence, please?
When I send back, I don't want anyone to start complaining. But we move forward.
For me, am I safe? Because I said
Nah,
nothing.
you're safe. You're safe.
Okay,
You're good.
nah,
You're
You
good.
forgot you tried to get ready to start the pod.
What did I do?
Alright, cool.
So good. No, but for real, thank you for coming through, my bro. How
Thank
you
you,
feeling
man.
today, man?
No, I feel blessed. I know every time we see each other, we say we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm proud. I think the man deserve a round of applause.
Oh.
Amen.
We patting.
Thank you, man.
I feel like I appreciate your patience and your understanding. You know, like we come across a lot of people, and trust me, if we could record every day, we would to fit
Facts.
everyone in. But it's so difficult, and some people take it the wrong way. Some people feel like, oh, them man are powering us, but it's like scheduling is not easy.
Yeah.
Studio lights
struggle,
is
yeah.
not easy. This light, £2,000. This light,
true.
So just rent in the studio. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Already, before you've even said a word.
Yeah.
You know, so please bear with us, our brothers and sisters.
Please,
but
yeah.
thank you for
Thank
coming on, my bro. I'm sure we're going to get into some great topics. But before we get in there,
forward to it, man.
let's have some fun, man.
Okay.
Before we be serious.
Let's break some ice.
Now, George, we are going to the first segment, icebreaker.
Let's go.
Even though I think it's broken already, but
Come on.
let's overbreak it for confirmation. You know what I mean? So
Confirmation.
the first one I got for you is: if your mood today were a poem, what would the first line be?
That ChatGPT.
That's
A man typed in, I've got a poet coming on the podcast. How can I bring that
break
ice?
the ice.
Why do you not think that's me?
No, I think it's you. He's the one.
Well, you came up with that.
I think that was you.
What
That
do you
sounds like
mean?
you.
Why?
I'm asking you. Came
When
up
I
with
got
that.
these glasses on, you know, I mean business.
You know what
I
time
missed
it is.
I missed
If
it.
they're off, you know.
I missed
Yeah?
it. I
This is
missed it.
Clark Kent right now, bro.
Alright.
That's a good one.
First line of my mood today. My spirit's so free, I could just move away.
My spirit's so free, I can move away.
Where are you moving to, my brother?
We'll talk about that.
Oh.
Hey,
I think we're supposed to click at that. That's what
supposed to-
when you go poetry, you click. Well, yeah, when you like something, you don't clap.
okay, cool.
Okay,
Thanks.
all right.
I mean, the click was very underwhelming, but we'll press
Well,
on.
you just teach it us. So next time,
Next time you remember.
All right, next one. If you could have coffee with any poet, living or dead, who would it be and what would you ask them?
coffee and that. Jeez,
Who would I
that's
say?
a latte.
Latte, to be precise, yeah.
A latte, yeah. So it's not even a Probably be. Oh, you said dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive.
It could be a black coffee too.
Is that innuendo?
I'm not sure. With this guy, you don't know if it's shots, if it's compliments.
I don't even
both.
know.
Oh,
Yeah,
shots,
yeah.
man. Oh.
Nah, all the smoke. We'll take it. I'm offended already. I would say I'm gonna pick one dead, one alive.
Okay.
Dead, Gil Scott Heron, the OG spoken word poet, really laid the foundations of what I do. Some of his things are so impactful that we don't even realize that we're quoting him when we say it. Like, you ever heard the phrase "the revolution will be televised"?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Sorry, I'm frassing out. The revolution will not be televised.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
That's his poem.
Oh.
You feel me? And he was talking stuff in the 70s on all the way up to the 90s, 2000s that need to be spoken. So yeah,
Born
him.
in Chicago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Him, dead and living, Nas. It has to be Nas.
Jeez, I could sign that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said something. What would you ask them or something?
Yeah, what would you ask them?
Yeah, what would you ask Nas? Because I feel like that can happen if it hasn't already.
Yeah, my
You
Virgo
meeting
brother.
Nas. Yeah.
What do you ask my brother, my Virgo brother?
Pino, Merlot. All right, let me think. With Nas, I'd probably say, I'd be like, look, be real with me, Nas, yeah? And he's going to hate this question, but do you feel like you lost something by making it out the hood? I don't think he'll like that question.
Because that's what we got Illmatic from, innit?
So you already know where that
Yeah, I
question
know, I
comes
know
from.
exactly.
because
That's a deep
He
question,
captured
you
something
know.
when he was 19, 20.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah, I saw it one time when I first heard Dave's F64 or whatever.
Yeah.
His first SBTV freestyle. That's the closest I felt to Illmatic Nas. But it's hard, it's rare.
And that's the thing of life, isn't it? Like you go through the struggle hoping to make it, but then making it, you might lose what made you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hunger.
How mad is that?
And I just want to hear from Nas' perspective. Do you
Yeah.
feel like that happened?
That is a deep question. Nas, if you're watching, by the way.
And his answer, to be fair, his answer might just make you feel like, oh, okay.
Fair.
You might get it, maybe, if he has. You know, people like Nas has an answer for.
Everything.
They move very. How about Gil Scott?
Okay. I would say, all right, in all reality, yeah, did you think there was going to be a revolution? And have we let you down by not delivering it 50 years on?
So when Gil, is that a woman or a man? Sorry, Gil. It's
a man,
It's
yeah.
a man. When he said it, what was he talking about? In America? A revolution in America or worldwide?
At the time, and we're going to get into this.
Okay.
We're going to get into this. But at the time, there was something in the air. You feel me? The 60s was a time of transformation, civil rights movement in America, African independence struggles, and Caribbean independence struggles, where we're from. And just a lot of movement, what they call decolonization. People that were colonized, just fighting for independence. So something was in the air, and there was the feeling that we don't all have to follow one order. There might be another way. We might be free to make our own decisions, as we're going to talk about
Later on. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, he was talking about that climate.
Okay.
Okay. And the last one from me is, do you remember the first poem you ever wrote? And at least, what was it about?
Yeah, I do. I remember the first line was something about,
Don't say roses are red.
could never be me.
That could never be me.
It was about the Emancipation Proclamation.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
the declaration that slavery was abolished in America.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I said something about Emancipation Proclamation symbolized the something of a nation. It was kind of deep. But I remember I was like 13, 14.
No way.
And I was trying to start articulating the kind of things I talk about now. I grew up in a neighborhood that was black, and it gave me a lot of questions that have taken me a long time to sharpen up.
That's
We're gonna get into some. Yeah, we're gonna definitely get a bit more into that later.
good question, Uzi,
It's a
man.
good question.
That's it from me, guys.
Cheers. Moving on swiftly to the segment called Don't Google It. So it's more like a quiz.
Alright,
Yeah.
boom.
So you guys, let me see. You're all versing each other.
Come on.
Well, as our guests, you get the first dibs, to answer. Right. And guys, stop copying, please.
Don't say guys. Say to the person that copied.
But I gotta try and.
It will include everybody.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta try and inclusive. Huh?
Yeah, Uzi, be your own man, bro.
I didn't say Uzi, bro. That's you.
Sorry.
That was you.
Sorry, I thought I was just delivering. I thought I was the messenger.
I never singled him
So
out.
if somebody is giving an answer that I think is right, I should just not answer back.
No, I mean,
You can't.
find a way to just say,
You
yo.
ain't being the allegations.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. Whoa, what's happened? One sec. Technical difficulties. Okay, we're here now. First question.
What? Halle Berry?
Okay. Sweat down, that's what you're on.
I mean, fairs. I hear it. I hear it.
She's been on a mad one lately, isn't it?
Honestly.
Yeah.
Anyways, maybe we might get into that later. All right, cool. Who was the founder of the Back to Africa movement who largely inspired Rastafarianism?
Marcus Garvey.
Oh, damn. That was too easy, innit?
That was way too easy. 'Cause
You knew that one?
I knew
I
that one.
respect it though.
Yeah.
All right, that's
We're
a
on track. We're on code.
that's a throwaway.
On
That's a
brand,
throwaway.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, cool. What is the name of the sea located between Italy and Tunisia?
Hey. Now we're not on brand anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's what you don't want to do, innit?
The sea.
Hey.
Yeah. What is the name
Honestly.
of the sea located between Italy and Tunisia?
Is it Mediterranean?
What's your answer?
I'm the worst at geography, bro. C. So how many C's do we have?
Only one.
Seven. We have 7 C's.
After C, there's a D.
So if he said Mediterranean, I feel that he said Italy and who? Spain.
Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Spain.
Nah, that sounds legit.
Neighborhood is the neighborhood.
Because Tunisia, they eat Mediterranean food. So I think he's got it right. I'm not even going to guess another one.
They got it right.
He's not.
What am I supposed to say
No,
now?
but you know what I'm saying? You see the way he did that, yeah? I appreciate that.
You showed his work.
I showed my
do you know
working.
exactly, yeah.
You
but
just say,
you just said,
ah.
all right, cool.
whatever they said.
Look, he's running away with it, you know.
Nah,
That's
but
correct.
come on, he's a smart guy. He's going to do this.
Okay, let me switch this up. He's got to know this one. It's too easy. All right, cool. What is the capital of Sierra Leone?
I think it's called Freetown, but wait. Sierra Leone. It's not Georgetown. I think that's Guyana.
You know what we're going to do? I'm going to switch this round. While you're thinking about your answer,
I would have said Freetown.
That's a good way to do it.
I would have Freetown. Bro, brother, should I tell you why?
Okay,
Because I got Sierra Leone friends, bro.
Show your workings.
I got Sierra Leone friends, so that's why I would. That's the last time.
your
Unless
answer
it's
is what,
changed.
Freetown?
Unless it's changed, I would have
What do you
said
mean unless
Freetown.
it's changed? What, do you know it for
And they
sure?
speak
You
Creole,
don't?
no?
You speak
So what
Creole?
does that mean? What
I
does
know about
Creole-
Sierra Leone,
so
bro.
what's Creole and
What
Freetown
friends
got
are
to
these
do
that
with
I've
each
never
other?
met that's Sierra Leone?
Patrick is Sierra Leone and them, man.
Swear down.
No,
Yeah,
where do
Patrick
you
is
think are they
Sierra Leone.
from?
Patrick
I did
is
not know.
Sierra
I
Flash,
thought
where's he
Nigeria.
from?
Flash, yeah,
That's Sierra
Flash,
Leone,
Flash,
bro.
Them man are hench.
But stop giving away names, man. I just realized. Go like that name. Oh,
No, not giving, but what I'm saying,
what's your answer?
that's what I would have said last
What?
I checked.
What do you
Unless
know
you checked
you would know?
Freetown.
What's your answer?
Freetown.
Cool.
It is Freetown.
It is. So are you copying his answer?
I'm not. I know it for a fact.
Cool.
But
That one
who's
was
got it?
easy, bro.
George get it first because he said it.
I think it. Yeah, I'll give it.
But
to
that one
George.
is easy.
Are you sure?
On my life, I would have
Bro,
got that.
capital cities, I got that in the bag, bro.
Bro,
You knew that one.
Yeah, bro.
Alright, we're levels though.
You
Come
man,
on, man.
you
No
man.
man here is under 30, innit?
Nah.
George, you want to put our ages out here on this camera here?
industry
4K.
standard, I'm under 30. I'm in my late 30s.
Yeah, we're over 30, man. We're uncles here, bro.
All right, we'll finish on this note. I know this one's very easy, but I feel like it'd be a good way to segue. But I don't know what you actually have in terms of dilemma, to be honest.
It's quite heavy,
To be
actually,
honest,
to be fair. So I don't-
you lot defeated the Don't Google of this week.
Which is mad,
Smashed
you
it.
know,
It's
because,
crazy.
yeah, we've not had someone smash it like this.
All right, cool. This one,
Make him sweat,
which
pause.
country is known as the land of the free?
Come on, man. Give me another question.
Yeah, that was too easy.
The land of the free.
Yeah, come on, man.
What do you mean? As in free.
Yeah.
As in free.
Yeah.
Land of the free.
I just left it.
Should have left it in.
You have to answer this, bro. I
You
can't
should have
even
left
lie.
it. I can't believe
really
it.
wanna hear
You
this.
should have left
Definitely
it.
Uzi, you know it, bro.
Come
You
on.
should have left it. Of course, we all know it,
The
but
land of the free.
brother, you keep saying
It's
it.
alright,
fam.
it's cool. You know it. Don't.
Nah, George,
Was it
we're
somebody
here
that
now.
were trying to collect diamonds? I was like,
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
I mean,
The
they
blood
collected a lot of
diamond.
diamonds
For free.
blood
for
diamond.
free. Yeah, for sure.
But the way they took diamonds.
You should have left it, bro.
Okay, let's.
No.
Nah,
We've
bro, I
invested
said
time.
you should have left it.
We've
You got
invested time.
answer it
You
now.
gotta let us know.
I wanted to skip it and just say another last silly one, but you've put yourself in it now.
The blood diamond. It's not diamond.
Don't worry about diamond, bro. You differently.
I don't know why it's
You know
focused
it.
on diamond.
Yeah, nah. You lot tried it. You threw him off with the diamonds. Forget diamonds.
He's the one that
Nobody said diamonds.
He's the one that
Nobody
said
said
it.
The free.
Yeah. Uzi, you know we got studio time.
Brother, you have to give me multiple choice. You know, I don't know, bro.
I can't give you more. But
The land of the free. Fam, I don't know, fam.
I can't give a clue, bro. That is mad. I'm trying to even think, what clue can I give?
Nah, allow it. Cause we're not doing that question. Just allow it then.
Yeah, just leave it, yeah.
I want to know the answer, though.
It's America.
America.
This nigga was gonna say Sierra Leone.
I know. He's gonna
No, he was
Yeah,
never going to
blood
say
diamond.
Sierra Leone.
Yeah, he's gonna- that's why he said diamond.
He's never going to say Sierra Leone.
Man, to be honest, I don't really check for America like that, but yeah.
All right, quick silly one,
I
yeah.
just know what they did, but I don't.
A quick silly one just to lighten the mood. You lot should know this one. Which Street Fighter character wears a white outfit and a red headband?
White. Now, Ryu, now.
You've been so.
Hey!
Right.
Hey! You got that, see?
I don't know if you're in a good mood or a bad mood to have given us these
know, these-
light questions
I
today.
feel disrespected.
Bro,
Ryu.
I
normally
should've known
this
he was
guy.
Did you know it was Ryu?
Of course, right?
How?
I can,
When?
bro. What?
When you know.
The one that
that
got
got patterned in
free.
the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. You should know, man. I wanted to keep it light today, man.
Nah, that's kind of
Yeah,
you,
I
man.
appreciate
But you know, it's all right.
Ryu.
Because I know, like, look, listen, we're getting into some serious stuff.
Yeah.
Let's keep this light. I don't want us like sweating everyone.
What the fuck he means?
Apparently, he's something to do with sweetness.
Yeah.
I say Mr. Sugar, pause, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big pause.
Is that blanket then?
Pause.
Is that a blanket pause? So that I keep saying it.
But I told him that, yeah, like feel free to just keep it light as well. You
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
man.
that's
don't
It's-
often see me in the
In
He
this
didn't,
light
he didn't
mood.
even pass it.
Yeah.
He didn't pass the message
That's
on,
a
but
lie.
I felt
That's a
spiritually,
lie.
I thought, you know.
But it's all good.
You're aligned.
You know, sugar comes in different form. Carbohydrate is sugar. Rice.
Wait, what category
Rice
of
is
sugar?
sugar,
Wait,
like, I
what
wanna hear
category
this.
of sugar would you put Sukali?
glucose.
Glucose.
But
What,
rice is sugar. So
what
rice.
category would you put Sukali?
I just say, I was just speaking.
But I'm
I just-
asking
no,
you,
yeah,
what
you-
category of
since
sugar
you're
would you put
over-talking.
Sukali?
Yum.
Yeah.
You see the people I'm with, bro. Keep your enemies close.
It cannot be matoke. Matoke is healthy.
You're crazy.
So I'm not
guy.
healthy for you.
No, I said sugar comes in different form. Not everything that disposes itself as sweet is sweet.
I feel like he's trying to send.
I don't
I
understand.
was just saying. bro.
Someone that I've been nice to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna get onto the dilemma. It is a kind of a heavy one. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but I
So
think
this is real then.
this is real. This is real shit. Real. Oh,
respect
sorry.
it.
Let's put. I swore. My bad. But I don't know if it's recent though.
Right.
That I didn't get that from this. Whether it's recent.
Cool.
Okay, Kati. My cousin put his father in prison.
Put his father in prison. Okay.
So the writer's uncle.
So it's not okay. This person is from the outside looking in.
My cousin,
My
put
cousin.
his uncle,
His father.
his father, which is his the person's uncle.
Uh-huh. I'm from South Carolina. And you may have heard of this case on the news.
Oh wow.
The land of the free.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Can't argue that.
He's got that there.
That
bro.
was good. That was good.
Now, my cousin got into it with some boys from another area because they
North Carolina.
South Carolina, in another area because they had refused to pay his father after he did a job for them, cutting their lawn. Lawn is grass. My uncle had told my cousin about it, and he let my cousin use his car on the pretext he was going to go and speak to the boys about sorting the payment. But my uncle didn't know that my cousin had taken his gun. Long story short, my cousin used his gun and fatally injured 2 men.
Attempted murder.
Both my uncle and cousin were arrested and charged for fatally injuring the 2 men, but both of them have refused to comment and had to stay in jail until their trial. If found guilty, they could face life in prison and possibly the death penalty. We pleaded
Death
with...
penalty. Nobody died though.
What does fatally
It weren't
injured?
attempted, bro. It was M. Fatally.
Fatally injured is gone.
Oh, like that. Oh, my bad.
We pleaded with my cousin to take a plea deal to spare my uncle, who is 68, from potentially being punished for something he did not do. He is diabetic and is struggling to cope in prison. My cousin refused and said they should take their chances at trial as the evidence is minimal and he was only trying to help his father, so why should he take the plea? My uncle has also refused to snitch on his son, my cousin, saying he couldn't live with potentially putting his son to death or unalivement, should I say. I am very interested to hear your thoughts on this situation as it has really split opinions in our family. So I want to know what you boys think about it.
Wow.
Mad.
Ooh, sir.
It's a heavy one, boy.
It's a heavy one. But it's the reality of America.
Somebody's going jail or getting unalive. I know
Somebody.
that for a fact.
So yeah,
The death penalty, man.
potentially. So yeah, you are our guest. So
Yeah, first of all, condolences to you and to your family. Of course, even to the victims. It's an unfortunate situation. I think your cousin shouldn't drag his dad into it. You know, we make decisions, and part of making this life make sense is standing on our decisions and not requiring other people to pay for them.
come on now.
Yeah, but it's a reminder to all of us. Just know that, you know, your life could be patterned a certain way. You could be heading in a certain direction, but or from a one situation, things can get drastically different. And now your father, who's a senior citizen, respectfully, he's facing some YN choices. You get me?
Basically,
It's mad.
Iron choices.
very
I
YN.
don't think the father did anything wrong, did he? Did he?
He didn't do anything wrong per se. But
He
I
was the
think
one that cut the grass,
cut the lawn and didn't get
and then he
paid.
got violated, and then the son went to stick up for him.
But I feel like there's an element of you should, not that I'm blaming the father at all, but you should know your children. There's certain things I won't tell certain people because I know how they're going to react. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hear it.
So I feel like, honestly, like I said, he didn't do anything wrong and I'm not trying to make him the bad guy.
The bad guy.
But you should know the temperament. Because if my dad tells me some guy's violated him, any man's going to want to go and pattern that situation.
Yeah.
Especially in these South Carolinas, North Carolinas.
True.
You know, them man, it's actions first, speak
Country,
later. Yeah.
Yeah, straight honor.
So I think that's the small mistake he made. But now my question is, would he be wrong to pin it on his son? Should he keep being silent?
Pinning it, or is it he's telling the truth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Would he be wrong? His son's refused. Why is
I don't think it's about.
Basically snitching.
Yeah, but I don't think it's
I was
about
trying
him.
to say it in a nice way.
Yeah, but I don't think it's about him being wrong or snitching or anything. I think you got to look at it from the perspective of a father. Do you get what I'm talking about? Like,
Of course.
would you potentially, like, again, you said he's sick. Scaring for like you could potentially be losing a son. So you got to look at it from that perspective. Like, I don't think it's a easy decision. I'll tell him to do.
But D, from the perspective of a father, don't you have other kids to be around for?
Word. Word.
I hear it, but I don't think. I think again it goes like I don't know if you lot believe in the Bible and that where the prodigal son or whatever you want to talk about, like where just that one, him coming back anyways. You celebrate that because yes, you have your other one, but it's like you don't want to lose any child.
I never rated that story.
No, you know what? I was gonna top that, yeah, because this prodigal son is being abused now, innit? And I don't like the fact that the prodigal son is being compared to a fetal situation. Leaving and asking your parents to give you your own wealth, my own, what belongs to me, to go and squander is not the same as fetally. No, I holding someone and calling a prodigal son. This is beyond prodigal, bro.
No, I think
This is borderline wickedness. I can't allow you to just walk over prodigal like that and think, you want to compare it. You can't do that, bro. That's a bio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know sin is greater, but this is greater, bro. Come on, bro. You can't compare that, bro. Like, you can forgive that.
No, I think I'm not looking at. Okay,
They got you on the road, bro.
I know. Maybe
Deeply,
I
bro.
didn't
It's
explain it.
two different things.
I'm not actually looking at. I think so. Yeah, I think I used the wrong one. That was a wrong parable.
Bro,
I think I'm not really looking at that. What was done.
Yeah.
I think the point I'm trying to make is
The children.
the importance of your children to you. Innit? I mean, how do you? So then, essentially, you're talking about favoriting one child to another. Like, do you know what I mean? Any child. you lose,
I literally think it's also a case of justice as well. Like, as a parent, you have to ensure that your children develop a code and that they stick to their code. You know, like, I appreciate that you've crashed out for your dad. I hear it, but you've crashed out. You feel me? And I've always thought to myself, if ever I'm in a situation where it's life and death and either I lose mine or I take someone else's, let it be for the right reason. I.e., I had no choice.
Yeah.
So if you've made a choice where it didn't have to go that way, and now your dad's sitting down at 68 years old, come on, man. Like, obviously, as the dad, you should not send your child to darkness. So he probably, as a dad, his hands are tied.
that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I hear it.
That was the point I'm trying to. I'm not saying you. Maybe that's why I didn't articulate myself properly. I'm not saying you're wrong in terms of should they be sitting down. I'm saying think about it as from a father's perspective. How can you make that decision? That's what I'm trying to say. It's tough for you as a father to make that decision, and knowing that you're sending your son to death potentially. How do you make that? It's a very tough decision to make, bro. That's the point I'm trying to make, I think.
Yeah, I empathize still.
Uzi, what do you think?
What is for grass cutting?
This is what I'm saying.
This
bro.
for grass cutting, bro.
I don't know, man. You see,
How you love bare laughing,
There's
man?
a popular streamer, a
Yeah.
Twitch streamer, and he's Caucasian, but he's what's it, black passing. So he was on his stream and people were asking him random questions, and he was lit. So then someone said,
Is it not like it's not from me, it's like from,
it's from America.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So they were asking quick fire questions.
Yeah.
So they must have gone to him, you look like a monkey. He goes, I'm not even black. Do you see how he got?
Okay.
Bro, the guy lost endorsements. Yeah.
Quick fire.
Because it was quick fire.
From a quick
They
fire.
caught
He
him
didn't even
like a
realize
rat.
what, and he was,
Like a
and he
rat.
ended the stream. He ended
Put
it.
him like a
Send me
rat.
the juice, bro.
Sorry, and that's literally what you just did.
Is it? Let me ask a question there. If someone says, yo,
Don't crash out, please.
no, I'm trying to ask. I'm saying, someone says, like, how come black people like chicken? Would you be offended?
Yes, I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say offended, yeah, but I would think you're
That's
an
what I-
idiot.
You think you're an idiot?
Yeah.
That's what you think, innit?
Yeah.
Someone has said words to you before at work, bro. So,
Oh, 100%.
but that's how you still work there.
So what's your point? What is your point?
I'm making a point, innit? Because you're trying to crash out on me, but you're still working for people that's done the madness.
on you, don't worry. I got you, man. I'm gonna protect. We gonna
Yeah,
cut this
you
out. We gonna cut this out. Don't worry.
Joking.
Sorry, Uzi. Back to your
as I was saying before, the mosquito interrupted.
Oh,
I'm joking.
okay.
No, I'm joking.
No, don't joke.
Yes, I think this thing called anger, you need to know when to apply it,
Right.
when not to apply
Yeah,
it. You
that's
know what I'm saying? Because for you to, like, how much are we talking? It would have probably been in the hundreds.
Yeah, not a lot.
And then now that's dragged you to go and do something of this.
Maybe you wanted to set the principle, because now if they
Yeah, but
say,
you can still
right,
set
if they say,
principles.
right, we used my man to cut grass, we didn't pay him, and he can set like the wrong precedents. Everyone start booking him and not paying him.
But you can
Might
still
show like
give a
these
principle
that
without
family.
having to do that though.
No.
have to
Civil
all the way
court.
there.
Is it civil court? You can take.
Really, there's gonna cost you more money to even try to put that to,
Yeah.
to court.
There's
and
things that
do
you
all
do
of
that are not as final as taking a life, and it's two. It was a double murder, innit?
That's
Double.
It's not one but two, bro.
Or another scenario, maybe he went there to try to, especially little with America with the guns, the guns just everywhere.
It's just like toy gun.
Yeah, like it's nothing. And he's probably, let me take this,
Just in
go
case.
there, scare these guys to pay up. And he's
Yeah.
gone there, they're not backing. You know, sometimes you pull out a gun and then now you realize the people are not dickheads and they're not backing down. And one thing is led to another.
here.
You don't know this guy.
Sometimes you pull out a gun and you realize you ain't backing down.
No, that's America, bro. Bro, America, madness happened in America, bro.
I know it just sounded like your personal story. I was like,
Well, I think you fit in though. I think you definitely fit in Shout Out.
you ready?
I'll fit in.
You fit in,
What
bro.
you trying to say? I don't understand.
Bro, no one can
This
test your gangster,
narrative
bro.
you lot are pressing about me being a great, I don't like this, bro.
If anyone here could fit in Chicago, who would it be, bro?
What do you mean?
Out of us
Block.
three.
They said it'll be him.
No. I mean, apart from you.
Man's
Us
apart
three.
from you.
Yeah. We are aware of your previous, but
You'd be surprised to be you, bro.
The three of you. I'm not gonna lie, it's you.
it's you, bro. Even Uzi knows it, bro.
Wow.
He would fit in next to what's my man's block?
O block.
Yeah, O block. Ha! Come on.
Blockian.
You got the aesthetic.
Wow, that's crazy. But I don't like this, man.
It is
Innit?
well.
Thank
Shout
you,
out to
man.
O Block.
Yeah, but nah, for real, I agree with you, Uzi, man. And I feel like anyone that takes a weapon to a argument, you're going to probably end up using it, especially in America. So it also makes me know that this guy wasn't applying wisdom.
Yeah.
True.
You know, when we're all younger, none of us like to be tested, bro. You know what I mean? No one wants to have your gangster tested. You got something to prove.
What
But
was
when-
your weapon of choice?
Or when your gangster was tested, a wooden spoon.
Wow.
All them times your gangster was tested.
Whoa. Yeah, what weapon? I'm
Bible.
curious to know what utensils Sukali
Bible.
will bring to a
Bible.
fist fight.
The Bible, the word of God. The word of
The
God.
Bible. I
Yeah.
love that. That's it.
The word of God.
Just keep it moving now. That's it.
Now that I'm a grown man, I have children, there's just certain battles I don't need, bro.
No, he's not talking about now. It's before.
No,
When
we've
your
moved
gangster
on.
was-
Can you get with the
We've
program?
moved on, bro. He's answered it. Yeah, that's
I'm a good guy. I'm civilian.
But hear what I'm saying. Someone was saying to me the other day, would you move to America? And my perception of America is it's got a level of violence that I don't really want to have to deal with. You know, because I can't say that my man was out of order for taking a strap.
gun.
Yeah,
It's legal, yeah.
because if it's legal and you're in, that's the South, and people, you know, things can escalate, and there's a history of things going a certain way. I can't even say that he was wrong for taking it, but it's a damn shame.
Yeah, I remember being young, watching City High, Raven, High School Musical, and wanted to live in America. I thought, oh my gosh, this place is so great. I wanted the locker, I wanted the varsity jackets, I wanted the prom and all that.
But nice parts.
When you grow up
man.
and you realize that place is dangerous for black men, bro.
It's dangerous for white men.
Oh, is it?
It's dangerous, but
for
America's not a joke. You know, America's got the biggest incarcerated population in the world.
True.
Not the biggest population in the world.
Biggest incarcerated. That's facts. That is facts. But I didn't know it was dangerous for white men. I thought they're safe.
Brother, it's just dangerous, man.
But you see,
And obviously, there's a lot of different sides to America. But going back to the point I was making, what I understand about different gun laws, state to state,
Facts.
the stand your ground law in Florida, it's brazy. I'm not even trying to navigate it.
Yes, you people, I know you are watching this content, but you've not subscribed. So make sure, if you are enjoying what we are saying, you always say you're enjoying it, make sure you subscribe. You bloody civilians, please subscribe. Thank you.
I think that was when George Zimmerman got off because of the stand your ground law. That's when I said,
It's mad, isn't
this
it?
place ain't for me.
I open up for people still.
So what are we saying to this? Because this is a techie one, bro.
Well, they're asking us for our personal opinions. What would we do?
So you're saying that that's a snitch? That's what you man are saying, bro. Just say it, innit?
I'm not saying that,
putting
by
bare
the way.
big words to it.
I'm actually, now that I'm a father, I wouldn't snitch on my youth.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather die with a broken heart.
Powerful.
But then that point you made earlier spun me though.
That is
when you
powerful.
said, when you came and said, oh, but doesn't have other kids to look after.
That's the thing.
Do you remember you forgot you said that one, didn't it? Because that spun me. When you
It's
said that
reminded
one,
you.
I said, where do I go
This
for
is
me?
my
I was
point.
like, where do I go for me?
Let me tell you
That's
something.
a serious point.
In my language, we say, Teddy Muzadda Tagara Mwanawe. Yeah, there's
Sounds
no
heavy.
parent that doesn't love their child. But sometimes you have to face the consequences of your actions, bro.
Hey.
If I have other children, I've sat in jail waiting for you to do the right thing. You are refusing. That you show me you don't love me. I'm diabetic. I could be put to death for something you did. Yes, you crashed out for me. I appreciate you, my son, but you crashed out in the wrong ways. That's not the way I raised you. And if you're refusing to do the right thing, I've got to be there for my other family. Why should I end my life in prison? What are my other kids gonna think?
What if this was an only child?
Right.
You're seeing me different.
No, just my
got me
opinion.
there, innit?
What,
Got me there, innit?
Facts.
You didn't want to answer
I didn't want to answer that.
Facts.
If it's an only child, then I think I will die of a broken
I
heart.
think even if it isn't,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna I'm going with that option.
Which is dying of a broken heart.
Because I think that I would hope, and I think that's all I could do. This is my opinion, person. What I would do, anyways, I would just hope that he understands the sacrifice I'm making, and when he gets out there, he understands that he's now gonna have to be the breadwinner.
It might not, bro. You lot both might get.
Yeah.
No, but what I mean is that I'll take the charge, innit?
Yeah, you might, and so would he. Oh,
no,
you're gonna tell him
No,
that
yeah,
he
take
went
the
involved.
charge. Yeah, you gotta do one. Somebody's gotta get out. So
You can't
gotta
go
take
to
the
trial,
charge.
innit?
Yeah, one of you gotta get
I don't
out.
think that's possible, you know. He went to the thing on his own. The son went on his own, innit?
So why are they both locked up then?
It might have been conspiracy, I think.
Yeah, we don't have.
I think that's the argument.
So well, I don't know. All these facts that you're bringing in, so you're basically leaning. All this thing is pointing to one way. Hey, son, it's not the truth. That's what this is all sounding like, bro.
That's what it is.
That's what, because otherwise you can't both then just go down, innit? So I guess the dad's got to snitch, because if the son can't
Don't
get
call
out
it
of it,
snitching. That's not snitching.
I mean, well,
Yeah, what do
tell
you-
the truth.
tell the
yeah,
truth,
That's the word.
yeah.
So I think if like, for example, I can't take the charge for my son to go free, then you kind of have no choice, because then it doesn't make sense
Yeah.
for both of you to then just go down. That's dumb.
That's what the son said. The son said, let's take our chances.
No, we ain't taking no chances.
In
bro.
America, bruv.
We ain't taking no chances.
My brother.
And only God forbid, like the two people that the victims are white or something. God forbid that's even the case.
I
Bro.
mean, any color is obviously.
I mean, obviously any color, but come on, America, bro.
Yeah, the likelihood,
They're
innit?
throwing away the keys, bro.
Everything.
Listen, man, we pray for you lot and your family.
Honestly.
Sorry that you're in this predicament. We pray that like no one harbors resentment and judgment over whatever people decide, because it's not straightforward.
Come on.
And yeah, we pray that you guys get to
Of all
heal.
the things we get sent, why you pick this one?
Because I felt the wisdom.
It's hard, bro. There's no
But
real answer.
one last thing I will say here is, again, like, parents need to be more like careful when they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice for this, bro. There are kids, there's people here you look at it like, who gave birth? Like, you shouldn't be walking, like you're just you're better off behind bars, like,
Because you're not their dad though.
no, but
it's
no,
easy
it's
for
not.
you to say
No,
that.
I know what you're saying, but at the same time, yeah, if I'm gonna give up my life, yeah, for a child that already, like, from what I can see, you're useless. All of them are useless. I've tried. Listen, what you gotta realize is, like, with kids, yeah, there were certain things that I was doing that I wasn't being taught that at home. You can't control how your kids turn out, regardless of whether. Do you understand? You can try your best, but you can't say whatever they do outside of your household, you got control over
100%,
that.
yeah,
You
I
don't.
agree.
So if I'm now trying my best and I got kids that I can't control, now I'm now supposed to sacrifice my life for you because I gave birth. Bro, you're no use to society, so just being there, bro, is the truth. That's
I mean, he's speaking the
that's
cold
just always
hearted
been
truth.
my mindset. Because let me be real with you, yeah. I've
You got
always
kids
been-
yet?
That's what I'm about to
No.
say, bro. You're speaking for someone that, bro.
I got
don't
stepchild,
think
but
you
not
understand.
no kids.
I
no.
think for me,
But I
it's
think
like,
It doesn't
still a
matter
fair
because
point.
you know what it is.
it is a fair point, but
Should I say
think
something?
There's something like, bro,
I know what you're saying.
you can feel a certain type of way, like, yo, this child isn't living like the way or wherever it is that, but there's this thing, yeah, that where if you're like and you're there raising them, doing whatever, I don't see how you can bring yourself to, like, you know what I'm talking about, like okay, like, let's even like go and maybe give an example, like you talk about like Gilly and them lot, right? Let's just say, like, yeah, his son got killed, right? I mean, let's not be dumb. His son was probably involved in some sort of whatever life it is. You think his son being killed didn't finish him? Like, what we talking about here, bro? Like, you saw how destroyed it was.
Apparently, cheese weren't killed for no activity that he was in on.
No, I don't know. I'm not talking about what he was in on, but I know I know where he was around at the time when it happened, right? I know the kind of environment he was around.
The element, yeah.
Yeah, the element, whatever you want to call it, right? So my main thing is, like, there are things where your kids are going to disagree with you and things like that, where you might even be going through a certain path. But your father would not be like, yo, let the streets have him. Like, I just don't see that happening, bro.
Bro,
Or
this
you
ain't-
could,
this
like,
ain't-
your parents will be telling you, bro, they're praying. Like, you know, your mums and they'll be telling, I'm praying for one day where you make it home. I pray no matter what it is you're doing out there, I pray you make it home. I pray one day you see the light. Like, how many of a lot of the man them right now that's doing really well to the mom, the whole do tell the parents, like, bro, they were involved in some of the most maddest stuff, but eventually turned their life around, and there was those same one that went back home and became the breadwinner for their job.
But 100%, yeah.
So I'm
no,
saying,
like,
like,
this
you can't
obviously
just
this
throw
is
away kids because maybe they're not
this is a
listening.
sensitive topic, yeah. And one thing we got to realize is, at the end of the day, there are some that make it home, but that's not the case for everyone. You understand?
But you don't know. You don't know that.
But I'm saying that's not the case here. But again, this
But
thing
with
can
your
also,
ideas, like, throw them to the
no, not from. But this can also still go the way you think you're sacrificing might not end up like that. He
But
can
of
probably
course,
come out,
that's
oh,
life.
I bust the case, I made it out, and carry on.
I agree
So
with
it's
you.
like, what
But
use was it
that's the
letting
risk
you
of
out?
taking life, bro.
I
That's
don't know.
life.
I just always been on the
Nothing in
belief,
life is
yeah. I
guaranteed.
just always been on the belief, yeah. Family to me ain't by blood, and I've said this to you lot so many times,
Sure.
yeah. Sibling or no sibling, and I've said this to you lot. I will not let my brother, you go to jail for something my brother done.
Yeah.
That's just me. And I've just realized there are people that have this principle of protect your own, yeah? But it's like sometimes I never subscribe to that. So for me, if you're going to do something crazy, be ready to deal with
I
the
think
consequences.
sibling dynamic
Do you know what I'm
is
saying?
different from a parent dynamic.
It's still the same. I don't
not
know.
the
innit?
same. It ain't the
I
same.
don't know.
I hear
the point.
Everyone can apply their principles
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
but I do actually hear what you're saying.
Principles is principle because there are, bro, like there was things I used to do back growing up that my parents used to bring me out to the public and say, yo, this is what he's done.
Like what?
Like they don't protect, not
What,
like
stealing sweets?
Not stealing, but they don't. You see, there's certain parents that cover the evil
Your
their
parents
kids
did
do.
it. Yeah.
But I never got that treatment. It's like, yo,
Well, you weren't that bad though. You
bro,
was
I
never
was
that
bad.
bad.
No,
man.
but what I'm saying, there was things that I would do
You did
that I'm
minor
thinking.
stuff.
No, to
God
you it's
forbid-
minor.
No,
to
but
you it's
bro, you
minor,
was
but
doing
to some
minor
people it's
stuff.
like he's a naughty kid. Nobody wants to
I
label.
hear you,
Bro,
but bro,
people were telling
you
my
weren't doing things that, brother, yeah, like where if God forbid, like, bro, you can go be doing a hard time for. Maybe then.
But you
can
know, but
judge
there were
your
people
father
warning
on
their
that.
kids against to not hang around me though. You don't know that. But it's the
what I'm
same
saying
thing
is
though.
that-
You're
no, I
starting
hear you.
labeled up
It's
like
the
It's the
kids.
principle still, you're right.
It's the principle. There are
I
people
hear you.
label and say,
But
don't
what I'm
hang
saying
around
is
this
you
guy. That's
can't
not a good
judge your
thing.
parent off of like, right, like, oh, you go corner shop, still sweets from there, go home, your parent took you back to that shop, tell you the owner, hey, compared to you go into corner shop, God forbid you harmed someone that way you could potentially go and do a hard time. I think that really is testing to see what your parent would do in that situation. If your parent know that, bro, you could potentially do a hard time behind this. If you've been in that situation, then tell me. Then I'll put my hand up.
I hear it. But I guess he can only talk about his reality. Because when you look back at how his parents were when he was younger, I can see why he thinks that way.
I get it, but I
Anything
just
he
don't feel
did,
like you can be too harsh.
it was
Just feel like you
amplified.
can just.
So you can, all right, put it this
easily
way, yeah.
just
So,
put your-
so
just put your
is
kids don't
man
listen to
them
you, you
comfortable
just put them out.
sleeping knowing that my son is free and not doing the time for taking someone else's life? Can you sleep with that?
No, but if I can pay the price for it, yeah,
True.
I'm okay with that.
But you're not really paying the
And give
price
him a
because you're
second
not the
chance.
person that done it.
No, but remember that's what maybe
you get what I'm saying?
But maybe you missed that part, and that's the part where we was talking about. Like, listen, if I could take the time for it, so he can get a second chance of life, I'm going to do that. However, obviously, seeming like it's not really an option, I don't think it makes. I think we all agree that look, he has to tell the truth, innit? Because obviously, if both of you have to go down, then it doesn't make any
That's
sense.
interesting.
It
I
doesn't
mean,
make any sense if you
I
both have to go
right,
down for it.
This has been a good one.
But if my son can get out
I don't
and I
think
can
I
sit in,
could.
I'll sit in, bro.
I
I'll
couldn't
sit in.
sleep knowing that my son took someone's life and he's out. I couldn't.
So you give him up.
I don't know what I'll do, but
What if
I'll
you could?
ne-
What
I'll
I'm saying,
never
but
have
what
peace.
if you could put yourself to take that time for him? Would you do that, or would you
I
just
don't
give
know.
him up?
What the, no?
All right, so then you're agreeing with him then. So that's the advice you're giving him then. Then give him that's your opinion then.
I gave my opinion, but this is deep.
It's not straightforward, man.
It's not straightforward, bro. But
yeah,
we just pray that
yeah.
God never ever puts us in
Amen.
this kind of
It will never happen in
situation
Jesus'
to
name.
have to make this kind of decisions.
We're going to be great parents. We are great parents. I mean, in Jesus' name. That was a good one. Okay. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got well-rounded advice from everybody. Let's move on swiftly.
Got our blood boiling.
Honestly, I feel like we're going to have further conversations off camera. Sam, don't look at me funny now. Hey,
Bro,
you do that to your son,
yeah.
Don't hang around to call these kids, you know. His dad will send all of you to jail. All of you are going to jail. George, man, welcome to the podcast again.
Thanks for having me, my bro.
Obviously, if you don't know George the Poet, I don't know where you've been. I don't know where you live.
Sure.
You know what I mean? In case you need an introduction, he's probably the best poet in the world, in my opinion.
Respect.
I don't know how you people feel.
Let's give a round of applause for that one. Come on, please. Let's do that.
But as you see him now, he didn't just start it now. You know, now being a poet is kind of cool now.
It's a cool thing.
He's been a poet. Even when, from back in the days when us man were busting, what is it, night tech tracksuits and all that, where it wasn't necessarily cool in the hoods to be a poet. You've been a poet, bro. So what made you go down that road and not the, rapper, grind?
Yeah, bro, to be honest, I went down the rapper road as far as I could take it from like 15 to 19. But I personally felt that I wasn't being the best version of me. It was kind of corny because I'm chasing my favorite rappers. But I'm not like them. I got things to say that they don't say. I'm pressed about things they're not pressed about. So I realized that if I can't bring the stuff that's in my mind to the forefront of our grime scene here at the time, then I need to create another scene where it's comfortable and it's normal. So it's not like I was trying to be I wasn't the only poet. I was inspired by Sully Breaks mainly. But I'd been working on lyricism and performing for so long that transitioning the raps that I was doing into spoken word, it was just, it was easy. I stood out as a poet because of the training I had as a rapper.
But where's the inspiration to be so driven? And you said you have a lot to say. You have things you wanted to talk about. Where did that come from?
You know what? There's two things, yeah. I had little brothers. and little sisters, but my sisters were not. They were just wise and they were on point from young. Now, big up one of my brothers is here, innit? Big up my bros. They were younger than all of us, and when they came outside, I had to make sure that they were good. So that means like responding to any problems they have in the neighborhood, but also establishing a name that people associate with good things. Because you pay for your father's sins, or you pay for your brother's sins, as we were just saying. So I wanted our family to be respected in our neighborhood, innit? Now, I'm not going to do that by being the biggest gangster. My whole neighborhood's gangster. I can't out-gangster these youths. I'm not from gangster. And rap, grime was a lot of people projecting that image. And as much as I enjoyed taking it in, for me, projecting the same energy, the same, bravado, it's not really, it weren't me. So, damn, I forgot the question.
No, because I was saying what kind of inspired.
Yeah, what inspired that?
Oh, yeah. So one thing was little brothers. The other thing was I'm in this neighborhood, but I'm trying to work my way through life. And I was quite good in, with the academics, with the books. So the more I progress in my education, the further away I move from my neighborhood. You know what I mean? My school was physically far. Now I'm going to university that's literally in a different city. And I start getting professional opportunities and no one in the room looks like me. So what? To be successful, I have to be removed from my people. That was unacceptable to me. So I always felt like, even now, like when me and my wife think about properties and that, I'm always like, where is there a popping black neighborhood? A thriving black neighborhood?
I don't think it exists.
No. You see it? So that's my actual problem. I'm not worried about whether or not I'm going to have a nice home or whether or not I can make money. I'll always figure out a way for me and mine. But for us as a collective, I was always worried, like, what's really happening here? And in my lifetime, I've seen most of the people I grew up with, either they're not in the ends because of rent prices or ASBOs or jail, or they're not living anymore. So I'm like, that's dead. I don't want that to be my story, and then it's going to be my little brother's story, my nephew's story, my kid's story. So I always feel like that cycle needs to be broken, and that's just an endless source of material for me.
What neighborhood is that, if you don't mind me asking?
St. Raf's in Northwest London.
St. Raf's. That's, you know a lot about St. Raf's.
He goes off there still.
He knows a lot about St. Raf's.
What bus was it? From
I can't remember.
Was it 3 months?
No,
That
I'm
on the bus.
from Northwest as well.
He's from
whereabouts?
Like Cricklewood near Kilburn and them.
Yeah.
That's
So you know St. Raf's very well.
some of them in my college, but that's
Never ventured those areas, bruv. I think I stopped at Housden, bro. We didn't go there to St. Raf's.
Those are my main places. Raf's is where my family home was, but Housden is where I just got it cracking at. It's where I met a lot of people. It's where I got to make money. Housden was
crazy back in the days.
It was. But I love these places. You feel me? I've written a lot of poetry about how crazy it was, and now as an older man, I feel a bit bad because it's also beautiful.
Yeah,
my brother will tell you. My brother lived in Housden for time. Like you come out, and there's just like music playing on the roads.
Yeah,
you can smell jerk chicken.
There's culture there.
Yeah,
one stop.
There's Nigerians.
I know that's where he grew up as well. Rashid.
Yeah.
I know.
So Rashid grew up in Housden and then moved to my hood.
Okay, right.
And then actually did a lot of things to help set me on the path that I'm on now. So big up Rashid.
He's been on. I remember he probably won't remember this. He started in his bedroom.
Yeah. Then you came to St. Raf's.
Yeah,
that's where it was.
He started in his bedroom. But I remember going to because I went on St. Charles.
Oh,
yeah. So we used to go over to his house to record. Because a couple of guys, I used to just go around. I never used to spit, but I used to just follow these guys around his house.
Yeah.
And they just so like, where you see someone being grafting from like zero.
Yeah.
I could say that.
I was in his yard when he came up with the idea for Link Up TV. I know the place.
Then he was in my college as well. I remember he used to carry them cameras.
Yeah, the cameras. Back when cameras were big.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that didn't know Rashid, eh?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Well, in Uganda, you'll meet him.
Well, you was somewhere else, bro.
I was on the other side of
Yeah.
Northwest. We didn't venture those
And imagine
sides.
I'm from South, so I used to just move
But you
around.
wasn't too far though. You was what, West London?
Yeah, but I never.
But I never used to move like.
I never moved
out
with
there.
Ugandans back then. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The Ugandan community weren't
weren't-
at the forefront like
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't like much.
Where in West were you?
I was like Ashmore,
Okay.
Queen's Park.
Ross Club.
Queen's Park.
Yeah. So, were you ever tempted into the streets? Did the streets ever get to take you?
No. I wouldn't say the streets ever took me. Tempted. There was a period, where my friends were making money, and that's all I could see. I had a plan. I believed that my education would work, and I was right.
Okay.
But like when you're 14, and certain men are driving, they're also 14. And they're getting
remember,
girls,
yeah.
and they're wearing gold, and this has got cash. You
The
don't even
sovereign
know where.
rings.
Yeah, the rings. all of that.
Yeah, the sovereign rings,
That was
bro.
big,
Big chains. Like you can't really see the future, and then there's people dying around your age as well.
Yeah.
You think, I might not even make
Facts.
it that long. So, and so one of my younger homies was really starting to get active, and he kept pushing the issue of I give you a little something, and all you gotta do is break that, bring that back, and I was really like, for a while I was hearing him, and this is what I did. I took and I was intending to make money out of it. And from the first 2 conversations I had in my neighborhood, I just knew this can never work.
It's not for me.
This can never work. I'd have to go trap somewhere else. This can never work. I can't trust no one here.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like at the time it was a little bit of a frustrating situation, but A, it forced me to get creative. B, it kept me away from BS, because now when I reflect on all the madness that's happened in my neighborhood in the past 7-8 years, it's all because people at a young age got involved with the streets without really having structure, without having do's and don'ts. There's a lot of peer pressure. A lot of man became the forefront of the beef by accident.
By accident.
They didn't really want to. They just couldn't tell everyone that this ain't
Inherited
worth it. They inherited problems that were not even like, it never used to be ends against ends. People from over there used to come over here. You hear my older brethren talk about it. Everyone was making money. There was more than enough XYZ for everyone. But, things just go...
Eventually goes left, doesn't it?
yeah, things go left. That happens in every hood.
You were saying at the start, like you talk about your first poetry you wrote was when you was 14. And you rapped a little bit about it, and it sounded very... I'm trying to see how to explain it. It's like activism in there. I could hear a lot of substance. Why was it that's what you chose to, what inspired the fact that, you know what, this is what I want to use my voice for? Because I guess over the years, listening to a lot of the work you've done, you stand for something, and a lot of us can be African in the diaspora. Even people in Africa can like listen to your stuff and be like, rah, this is someone you should get behind. You know what I mean? Innit?
Respect.
What was that? Why was that so early? Where did that come from that early?
Big up my parents. I think my mum definitely used to talk to me about Africa and African pride. She used to try and make me look at certain role models. Muhammad Ali from when I was young, Nelson Mandela. And she used to talk to me about why they were famous. And I remember watching the Malcolm X movie, which, it's not perfect, but it definitely put in my head this image of black people, organized, serious, not compromising. So I always had that in my mind. And then, like I said, I'm just surrounded by black people growing up. So I didn't even realize that that's not what the whole country's like.
Yeah.
So I cared about I cared about us having a plan. So I'm just trying to talk about that. And then every time I'm thinking about the problems in the area that I'm from, I'm like, imagining what it would be like if everyone prioritized the same things. Like, yo, you know, we're all from a certain struggle. How do we focus on the struggle instead of like our petty little situations? So that was always at the forefront of my mind. I don't even know why.
That's dope.
It's a blessing. And to be fair, since your first poem, you've just gone from big heights to big heights. Obviously, you become a household name to the point where you were invited to receive an MBE. Imagine, from the royal family of England, of the United Kingdom.
Not you.
Invited you, George, the poet, to receive an MBE, and you declined it. Van Dang. Uzi, can you imagine? He declined it.
That was a big
You
story.
decline it, Uzi.
Oh,
The things I've been through with them, I won't take it. You did
You won't
well, my
take it.
brother.
You won't take
me,
it.
I will
You
take
would
MB.
definitely take
I
it.
will
Bro,
take
You
MB.
was just at somewhere last week.
I
doing
will
oath.
take no because come on there.
What we
It's two
doing
different
here,
things.
bro?
I will take that one.
Man said-
This one I need is different. Needing something for my freedom, and this one is optional. I don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need
It's two different things. So,
Very important point.
Mr. George, you did very well.
would you take it? Would you
Nah,
take it?
I wouldn't. I feel like, do you know what's mad, yeah? And I know, like, this was even before, like, you started coming up as a conversation to, like, you know, that we even knew you. But it was like, just knowing you online and stuff like that. Prior to that, I would have taken it.
I was gonna say that.
But I genuinely believe, like, bro, I don't think you understand, like, when, you know, your stuff was going around, I declined it, and then I heard your reason, then I don't. Obviously, you know, innit, like, what the history is. But for whatever reason, it's kind of glossed over, like, where they've done this campaign where it's easy for you to just forget.
Yeah.
It
Do
makes
you
it
understand
look
what I'm talking?
nice.
Yeah, and I feel like it was a reminder that, nah.
This stuff is
Don't have
still
it.
Nah, so
Because
yeah, so
it's like
yeah,
when
facts.
obviously George is Ugandan. If you guys didn't know, by the way, so when
Claim him quickly.
yeah, very quickly,
George
very
is
quickly
Ugandan,
before these
man.
Nigerians claim him quickly. Nah, but for when it happened, obviously it went. Well, every family was talking about it, and do you know the first thing I said? I said, "Damn, man, now I can't accept what if I."
The bar's been
I
set.
was like, "Damn."
The bar's been
Because at
set.
the time, I wasn't really into Pan-Africanism. I wasn't
Yeah.
really into all of that stuff. But then that's what set off I swear to God, since that day, like ask me
Swear.
anything about civil rights, all of that, I know it a lot. And it's all because of that decision you made
Mad.
to decline it. So the question I have for you is, do you regret it? Like, would you, if you could turn back, would you still make the same decision? Because he's also friends with Prince Harry. So that's a bit of a awkward dinner conversation. You know what I mean? Because his grandma offered you.
I hit him up first.
Oh, interesting.
I said I hit him up. Oh, yo, what going on, my boy?
What's going on,
Yo,
Prince
listen,
Harry?
Yeah, check this out.
Tell your
What,
grandma-
What's
going
Mumsy
on?
saying? Is she upset about that thing?
He said, "Tell grandma return to sender."
You know, like that, fam.
Oh, what was that like?
I wonder what the hell that's like.
I wrote him a little text basically and said, look, not for you to be blindsided, because I was an ambassador of his charity.
Okay.
So it's kind of relevant as well.
Okay.
So not for you to be blindsided, it might put you in a bit of an awkward situation, but I'm about to turn this thing down. It's going to be, you know, public information, and here's my reasoning. Here's what it
reply?
is. Now, the next month, he announced that he's stepping down from the royal family. Sorry, not to say that I made that
Yeah,
happen.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nah, I'll own that.
I'm gonna lie. Yeah.
I feel to own it. I feel to own it.
Oh,
But because of his own politics
Yeah.
and his own journey.
Yeah.
But no, I don't regret it at all.
Sorry, did he respond when you texted?
To your
Did
message,
he
I
respond?
thank you.
We talked about it later.
Oh, you talked about it later.
He didn't
Okay,
respond at the time actually, which I thought
You pissed him off, innit?
I was like, "It's what it is." I
You got your principles.
ain't living my life for anyone
But
other
yeah,
than me.
yeah.
innit?
Bro, that makes me respect you 10
And you've
times
done
more,
your
bro.
bit as well.
Yes, you have
Look,
to stand for
It's
something.
there.
Nah, that's sure, because I would have called these man like, man, them, we need to find a way to retract that message. Prince Harry has not responded.
Yeah,
bruv.
responded.
Okay, so yeah. Then,
Nah, yeah,
you
so-
turned it down.
Yeah, I don't regret it. And hearing what you just told me, that makes me know.
Oh, God.
Like it was the right decision, because remember I told you I was writing these things about black people when I was 13. So by the time I've turned the MBE down, maybe I'm 28, 29. Yeah. My whole life, really, I've been thinking about how to improve our situation, how we can contribute to the world, how we can just have a healthier society. So now that I'm faced with this decision, the priority is still, how do we have a healthier society? How do we improve the situation of Africans all over the world? I'm still prioritizing that. And according to those priorities, I know that I would only accept that to maybe like boost my ego. You get me? Like advance my own career, signal to people that might not have the same concern for Africans as me, that I'm good peoples. And these times, you know, like my name is, big up Marlo, my name is my name. And when you accept an award at MBE, those letters are after your name. It's not like it's just something that sits in your account or it's a trophy that sits at home. It follows your name, member of the British Empire. So, like, would it be fully respectful to my ancestors to be attaching the words British Empire to my name? I don't think so.
That's deep.
You know what's crazy? Like that leads into my next question. Is like in terms of like, do you think? And the reason why I respect that so much is like, you know, there's this, what my beliefs anyways, when you look at Africa as a nation, is like he's easily been bought, where people don't really stand for nothing, innit? Like, what's the price?
Yeah.
And I feel like that there made a statement. And then I feel like if all our leaders have that sort of mindset, where would we be today? Obviously, we currently have someone right now who is looking like is standing for something.
Yeah.
In Ibrahim Traore.
Come on, that's a very good segue. Top tier podding right there.
Come on now.
Top G.
Nah, Ibrahim Traore, try him out. Yeah.
So, yeah, what's your take on that?
Thanks for listening to the In My Opinion podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Until next time, peace.